Thanks for coming back to the Roadrunner Review. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, and we're here with Dr. Anthony Grant, the new athletic director for the Roadrunners. Dr. Grant, thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Anthony, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we're both relatively successful individuals. You obviously a lot more so. I think it might be the name Anthony. What do you think?
I think so. Anthony is a strong name, so I think that might have a little something to do
Absolutely.
with it. Yeah.
All right, well, you come from Millersville University, another Division II program. Tell us why you decided to come be a part of the Roadrunners program.
Right. The Roadrunners athletic program really had a strong reputation within Division II. So top to bottom, front porch has been the basketball program, but the program itself has been known to have successful programs all throughout. And so it was a really good opportunity for me and my family, both professionally and personally, to come out here to Denver, Colorado, and be a part of an outstanding athletic program and outstanding institution.
You mentioned your family. You have a wife and 3 children. Obviously, moves are never easy for anyone. How's the move been for them, and how's the move been for you coming to the Mile High City?
It's been good, actually. I mean, it's an adventure, coming from Pennsylvania all the way out here to Colorado. I think it's been pretty smooth overall. My kids are in school, wife has a job, I'm here. So the only thing we're just trying to work out is the house. It's hard to, sell our home back in PA, being out here in Colorado, but I think that's probably the final piece. And once we get all that situated, everything will settle right in.
Sure. Circumstances usually for a new athletic director coming in, it's usually a program sometimes in turmoil. That obviously not the case here at MSU Denver. It's in a pretty good spot, pretty big shoes to fill as well. So talk about how you feel coming into a program that is where MSU Denver is right now.
I feel good about it. You're right. Oftentimes in transition, the new athletic director comes in and has to address things immediately because it's a time of turmoil. For me, I'm very fortunate not to be in that situation. So I have an opportunity to really take time to ask a lot of questions, learn about the department, the coaches, the student athletes, as well as the institution and the broader metropolitan community. And so, for me, coming in, I can kind of slow walk it a little bit and figure out what the culture is, figure out what I want to do to put my fingerprint on it and continue to build off of a strong tradition that's already been here.
What is it about sports that gets you excited to be an athletic director, and what was your passion like for sports kind of growing up?
This pertains to why I wanted to be in intercollegiate athletics and what kind of gets me going. Just the nature of sports in general gets me going. I'm a sports enthusiast. Played football and ran track coming up. So being here and being able to do something that I love, is really a blessing, actually. And so, being around the coaches and student athletes and seeing all the hard work and effort that they're putting in order to be at the top of their respective games is really something, to behold. And so, I spoke very pointedly about, my focus on academics and focus on, the well-rounded, development of the student athlete. And that's a part of it. That's a significant part of it. That's why we're doing what we're doing. But, from an athletic perspective, we're all competitors. I want to win just like, our coaches and our student athletes do. And so, for me to be able to be a part of that and be able to put the resources in place for them to continue to be successful is really something that I'm really focused on and excited about being a new athletic director.
You talk about just having that passion as an overall sports fan, growing up all the way to now. Have you gotten a feel for that Roadrunner spirit yet? That the hashtag Get Rowdy. Have you kind of taken that in your time here thus far and really kind of continued to be enveloped in that so far?
Yeah, I have. It's really exciting to see the level of support from just the faculty and staff and our student population here at MSU Denver. I had a great opportunity within my first month to talk to alums and fans and other supporters of Roadrunner athletics, and there was a constant theme, through all the conversations about how much pride that they have of being a part of the Roadrunner family. And so, I'm really fortunate to be able to be welcomed into that family and be a part of it. I mean, there's an expectation of success. And so, I need to continue to build upon that and take, Roadrunner athletics to the next level. And so, what I'd like to do, though, is really kind of promote our brand and get it out. We have an outstanding product. We're right in downtown Denver. We have a lot of things going on. And so what we need to do is get, the folks, the alums and other folks in the community to come to, to our athletic facilities and see what our student athletes and coaches are doing.
Sure. All right, well, we have to take a short break here on the Road Runner Review, but we'll have Dr. Anthony Grant for one more segment, and he's going to tell us how his first 100 days have gone here at MSU Denver and what he has in store for the future of the athletics program. You don't want to miss it. So glad you're back with us here on the Road Runner Review. I'm still here with the new MSU Denver Athletic Director, Dr. Anthony Grant. And for those that don't know what an athletic director does, talk about your main positions, the main jobs you have to do here, especially here at MSU Denver.
Right. There's a lot that goes into being an effective athletic director. As an administrator in general, in order to be successful, you have to do a lot of listening. And so, what I have done kind of in my first 100 days or so is ask a lot of questions, get a chance to know the environment, the landscape, student athletes, the coaches, in order to figure out, what the needs are. In the first segment, we talked about the fact that I'm able to come in an environment that is not a crisis situation. So, knock on wood, I have an opportunity to really kind of learn the landscape and figure out what I need to do in order to insert myself into the program. And so, when you ask specifically, what an athletic director does, it's so multifaceted. First and foremost, you have to, set the direction and the vision for the athletic department in order to get everyone on the same page. And that's from, the senior staff, the coaches, student athletes. Everyone needs to know, where we're going. And as the athletic director and as the leader of the department, my job is to set that vision, get buy-in, and have everyone moving forward. And then also, I think it's very important for me to be able to provide the resources to give the coaches and the student athletes what they need in order to do their jobs as coaches, and then also for student athletes to have a high quality experience while here at MSU Denver. And then you have the nuts and bolts things. You have the budgeting, you have the fundraising, you have the day-to-day management, those type of things. But then I think kind of the overall picture, kind of umbrella deal as it relates to my position is to be seen, to be supportive, for the student athletes to know that I'm there for them. I've been to, since I've been here, probably just about every home game that we've had, and that's been volleyball, that's been men's soccer, women's soccer. I was able to go to tennis, hit up golf when we hosted something here. And so, and also as it relates to some of the closer venues, I've been able to go there as well. And so, for an athletic director, it's important for that individual to get across the message that I'm here to support you. I'm here for you in order to make you be successful. And a lot of it is just being present. And I think that has gone a long way within the first 100 days so far.
Well, yeah, you mentioned you've been in the program now for 3 months. How you mentioned the landscape. How has it been for you in terms of learning the landscape, the people, and how the Auraria campus works as a whole?
It's different. I've come from mainly traditional institutions, and so this is a unique situation here at MSU Denver. You have the tri-institutional model, and so when we're looking at that, you're looking at space and how we efficiently utilize that. You're looking at how we promote what we're doing, and so in the Tivoli, that is the hub for all three of the institutions on campus. And so when we're trying to market and brand ourselves, we've got to figure out how to cut through everything else that's in that building. When you're trying to develop relationships and figure out systems, it adds a different layer when you're not only dealing with, for us, campus rec and the educational side of the house, but you're also having to deal with two other institutions that are sharing the facility space. And so, it's a unique challenge. It's something that I've really been focused on taking time to understand so I can figure out how to navigate that. Also from the standpoint of this being an urban campus, non-traditional, so you don't have the residence halls there. And so, those are some things that are different that I haven't been used to, but I think it's exciting. I'm originally from Philadelphia, so I'm a city guy. So, to be right in downtown Denver is really cool for me, going to the food trucks and seeing the diversity and all of that stuff, is cool. And there's, not many better places to be than downtown Denver. And so, being right smack in the heart of it has been something that, has really been a really enjoyable experience for me. But there are some some real challenges as it pertains to understanding the tri-institutional model and those type of things, and all of what is going on in downtown Denver in order to that takes away maybe from some of the attention that we should be getting at MSU Denver. And so you have the Nuggets, you have the Broncos, you have a whole bunch of other things that detract from our kind of consumer base. And so it'll be incumbent upon me to figure out how we develop that niche in order to get folks coming to our games despite everything else that downtown Denver has to offer.
Sure. So obviously here in the community of Denver, obviously having all the sports around, it's been called the front porch of the university by MSU Denver President Stephen Jordan. What's it been like having him as an advocate for this program? What's it been like for you?
It's been really empowering, actually. In order for an athletic department to be successful, you have to have support from the top. And, Dr. Jordan has been a staunch advocate over the 10 years that he's been president here for athletics. He's held major positions with the Division II President's Council and Management Councils. I mean, he's done it all in Division II. And so, for him to be our president and for him to come out and say, athletics is a front porch of the institution, really says a lot for his commitment to athletics. It really makes me feel comfortable in order for me to do my job in order to continue to elevate the program. But also it's a reciprocal type of relationship. I've taken time to go speak with the deans and chairs of the academic departments and let them know that, yes, Dr. Jordan is articulating very clearly that athletics is the front porch of the institution, but I want to, let the faculty know that academics and student success is a high priority for me, and so we need to be working together in order, to put our student athletes in the best position to succeed. And then also, because athletics plays such a huge role in the university itself, it's important that I position the athletic department to be able to help the university move forward with its strategic plan. Mm-hmm. It's a very important responsibility when the president is outwardly saying that athletics is a front porch of the institution.
3 months into your tenure, what are some ideas you're now beginning to develop and want to instill going forward to take this athletics program mm-hmm. to the next level? Mm-hmm.
I would probably say the biggest thing is to get our product out into the community. In order to garner the type of attention that we need, from the media, from the local community, from our alums. We want to have, a home court, home field advantage. And so our student athletes and coaches go out there day in and day out and give it their all. And we're successful. We go for championships. We go not only just at the conference level, we go for national prominence. And so we need that support from our fans here. And so we need to continue to increase attendance at our games. And so, one of the things that I've really been focused on is really trying to engage the alumni. We have a significant percentage of MSU Denver alums that are right here in Denver, and a significant percentage of that percentage comes from the athletic side of the house. So, my job is to go out and win Denver and be able to get out there and make those connections and engage those alumni groups so they can come back and see what we're doing and get excited about what we're doing and be able to interact with our coaches and current student athletes so we can drum up that support, one from a spectatorship perspective, but then also from a financial resource perspective.
Well, Dr. Grant, we want to thank you so much for coming on the program today. Wish you the best of luck here with the Roadrunners and you here in your tenure, and hopefully good things are to come for MSU Denver.
Anthony, I appreciate that. We go way back, man. I mean, all the way to day one. So, looking forward to having more conversations like this moving forward.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.